And we are live. Already, hello everyone who's watching us, who'll be watching in a minute joining us. This is Alex Koloskov, and it's 40G live event where we'll be judging our 40G contest, which was jewelry, shiny jewelry. Basically, it was a contest for March 2014, and we got some pretty amazing stuff to discuss today. And we have our judge committee. They will introduce themselves in a moment, but we also have a special guest today with us, Vadim Chiline. He's, I would say, one of the best. We are live. Already. Hello, everyone. Is it me? Yep. Ah, man, it's so nice to hear myself. I was thinking, like, who's talking? Okay, so what I was talking about. Sorry about this. Vadim Chiline, he's one of the best photographers, jewelry photographers in North America, and you've probably seen publications on 40G, his publications, and on various online sources. And he's been a professional jewelry photographer for nearly 10 years, and has shot thousands of jewelry items and has huge experience in this. And well, today he's joining us to give selection for the winners and to give, well, to reviewing and give us some insights from jewelry photography expert. So, Vadim?
Yes, sir. All right, so I guess everyone, you can see me. Hi. Thanks, Alex, for the introduction. So, yeah, I'm honored to be on PhotoG to be the honorable judge or whatever you want to call it. So the selection this month was quite impressive. I just made my decision like not too long ago. I spent the last 2 days, like I sorted them all out in folders. I had to make criteria to how to judge everyone. So it was hard. It was, some entries were not, there was no clear winner for me. I guess I felt a little bit too picky, but I've got to look at how my clients would look at jewelry when they judge my work in my portfolio. So thanks everyone for your entries. I just want to let you know how I judged the entries. So,
Vadim, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interruption. Let others to introduce themselves, and we'll start from you. You'll be first who will be doing this. And as usual, every judge will be selecting 5 winners. First, second, third place, and 2 honorable mentions, and discuss these images. Already? So let's start from, well, let me introduce Chris, because Chris is not official judge. Chris and I, he's first, so he's 40G editor, and well, he's I would say, typing behind of most of the 40G articles. So he'll be helping us on this hangout to share photos, share the lighting setups from each shot we'll be discussing. By the way, all the lighting setups from all the submissions is on 40G forum. And this is, I mean, it's really valuable information if you're looking to see how things were done. So just go there. The link is posted under this hangout event. Already, so let's start from Josh and go all the way.
All right, Josh Geiger. I'm a product photographer in Atlanta. Kind of came across PhotoG a couple years ago. Alex was looking for somebody to help him out, and I offered my assistance. And from there, became good friends with Alex, and I guess that's kind of how I ended up here.
Thank you, Josh. Flo?
Yeah, I'm Flo. I'm the community manager. I'm, let's say, a 15 years experienced Photoshop guy. I came across 40G last year. I, let's say, developed to some kind of admin and community manager, and some of you guys might know me. Yes. And also I'm running these contests now, and it's great to run these contests with so many great entries, and I'm looking forward to have a lot of fun today.
Thank you, Flo. Yeah, Flo's doing great stuff on commenting almost every submission on 40G forum and 40G Facebook group. So, thank you. And now he's running somewhere. Tim.
Yes, I'm moving. Always moving. Hi, I'm Tim Coe at Imagineering Studios. I'm a product photographer and illustrator, graphic designer. I work in Photoshop quite a bit. I work in studio here as lead photographer in Imagineering Studios at Arlington Heights, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I get to do a lot of great work, so it's good.
Glad to see you, Tim. And I can add that Dave Nitsche, he wanted so I'm here something. He really wanted to join us, but he may not be able to do this. So we'll miss him.
I might have to cut out a little early too, but we'll see how much I can get through here.
It's great you joined us anyway.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we'll pass you earlier in the broadcast. We'll put Tim in before the end, so like that you can get a few words in at least, or you put your comments in, so it'll be good.
Sure.
Well, yeah, we can. I don't know. We can start from Tim. If it depends how much time you have, Tim, for giving. Do you have your selection at least?
Yes, I do. I just before this, I made my selections. So it was tough. There were some really great images in there. But here, let me just pull it up here.
Chris, do you have Tim's selection?
Yes, I do. I don't have the order, but I have the selection.
I renamed them 1 through 5. 1 being my top, and then 4 and 5 being sort of the honorable.
Yeah, because Chris will be sharing his screen with the image, and we will see what you're talking about. So you need to tell what you're gonna.
Awesome, I have them. They're ready to go.
Yeah, and Chris will share, because the viewers need to see what we're talking about, right? Somebody needs to share it. So, Vadim, are you okay? We will start from Tim, and then we'll jump.
No problem.
Awesome.
This is a lot of pressure, Alex.
Well, you have less time from most of us.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
All right. Well, okay. So, let's see, Chris, do you have my selections up? I don't know, but I guess
yeah.
my top selection. Should I start with the top?
Yes.
No, from bottom, right?
From
no.
bottom, okay.
From top?
Bottom?
From 5th place?
Hey, Dave. 5 upward.
Okay.
Here
5,
we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What?
Well, it doesn't matter. Dave, how do we start? From top or from bottom?
Oh, let's start right from the middle. No. I don't know. Start from the bottom and work your way up.
Okay. So my first honorable mention, I suppose, is Franz Freeman, with the little B on the rings. I thought the rings were excellently shot. The lighting and this, the sparkling of the gems and everything was just really good, and the image is really clean. I like the editing work. Overall, I think the image is a little on the hot side. It's a little overexposed, especially that flower back there. I don't see any detail in the petals right away, so it was a little bit distracting. I think the image might actually work better without the flower there at all. But overall, I think it's a good image, and I think just maybe just a little too high.
I think we just lost Tim.
Yes,
I think we did.
Unfortunately. Tim, are you? Okay, no? Yeah, you're here. Sorry, it was some interruption.
Oh, was there?
Waves, yeah, on the waves.
So. Okay, well, I'll just repeat my final point. Yes, I liked the image overall. I think that there are just too many elements that are competing guy though. So if Ori's gone, I think it makes a much better image actually.
Okay, and this is some honorable mentions, right? Mention for you from you.
Yes.
You know, last time, guys, last time we did this, if the image was selected by other judges, we commented on this, given our place, right? So we don't need to do again and again same images. So let's just talk. Like, Vadim, do you have anything? Did you select this image, and did you? Well, do you have anything to say about this Franz Freeman?
My image is. I placed it a little higher on my chart. I don't know if you want to go into the thing, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with some of the points that Tim just mentioned. Let me just pull it up so I can even look at it at the same time. 1 second. Yeah, for me, I liked how much effort went into it. It felt like it was overkill. A little bit too much was put into it. Like the feel of the honey, the feel of the bee. It was almost too literal. I think maybe it's like that was the problem I had with it. I found the jewelry itself, like the gold ring with the citrine, looked really pretty darn good. The citrine, I like the faceting on it. The diamond pavé around it could need some work. But overall, like Tim said, there's too many elements to make it work. Like I created a little version of it where I found if you blur out the flower a little bit more, increase the size of the bee, because right now if you look at the size of a ring, it's pretty small in an engagement ring or a cocktail ring. That bee is the size of a flea. So I found if you increase the bee a little bit, play with the proportions a little bit. Let me show you guys what I found would make a more impactful image. Give me 1 second. Let me switch over. Share screen. All right. All right. So you guys can see it right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I blurred out the flower a little bit. I increased the size of the bee. If you look at before, after, I just find the trinity element of the three items in the front, it just has more weight. Your eye does not get distracted as much. The bee might still be too much. If you take it off, I thought I took it off. Let me just that. Whoops. I did reverse. Is that on that? Anyways, you get the point. I'm not usually on my laptop right now, so I hate working on this thing. Anyways, I just find the bee look really too small. So I find the bigger one, just add more weight. The flower was too much, and I don't know, that's honey. Why does it seem like it's...
Yeah, you know, and that's the main problem I had with it. I didn't actually pick this image, which is probably surprising because everybody probably thought I would. But for me, it looks like yellow paint. It does not have any translucency to it whatsoever. I like the idea of blurring the flower a little bit. I think that's a great idea. I think somewhere in between your size of the bee and their size, because before I wasn't looking at the bee. With it blown up that big, it's exactly where my eye goes to. I start thinking Mothra immediately. But the puddle of honey, I don't. Like I said, it looked like yellow paint, and that's the only reason. You know, I want to see some translucency. I want to see some reflections in it, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say those are my main points. I'll give it A for the attempt. For the overall feel, it's very nice. And from a jewelry point of view, I wish the bottom ring would not have been that princess C-cut white gold ring. It just, what's that doing in a pile of honey? If it was two yellow gold rings and honey, it would have just been such a strong image, I find, for that. Mm-hmm. But that throws me off a little bit too. But anyways, that's generally my gist on that.
And you bring up sort of a cool point there also. When you really look at this image, there's these bunch of things sort of meshing into each other. There's not really anything that's standing out too much. You know, the differentiation between the gold ring and the white gold ring, they're sort of just on top of each other. There's no real dynamic lighting in this. It is just lighting from everywhere, from every angle. And I think a little bit more dynamic lighting on this would have helped a bunch.
Mm. Yeah.
This was up high on my list, but my points were pretty much the same as yours. The blurring of the flower some more depth of field, if not gone altogether, and the proportion of the rings to the bee and the lack of translucency in that honey. I think the concept is great. For what is there, it was done really well, but a couple of different choices would have made it a lot better.
Yeah, well, as we've all come to find out in the last few times we've done this, my list is usually really different than everybody else's. So I'm usually the odd man out on this. But I think when it comes to the points that we bring up, I think we're all pretty much in unison. That what we choose to pick at the end might be a little bit different, but the commentary that we have on them usually really ranges all the same.
Cool. Vadim.
Yeah.
You told me that you did some you divided on different aspects of each photo you've been selected.
Yeah.
Like, can you kind of show how you judge, how you approach the whole thing? Just like, guys, it'll be really interesting for to see what was going on inside his head. You know, how he looked at the image.
Inside of my brain.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, initially I just looked at the submissions and I quickly picked out those that were a notch above, put them in a folder. But then from there, you need to really put some points for me, I guess, to just start cutting off what's this, what's that. Anyways, what I did for this this judging is I created a scale of 1 to 5 for various criterias. One of my criteria was the complexity of the image. So how hard is it? Was it just like rings on white, a single ring, multiple rings? Is it on like the bee shot we just described, which is a lot more complex, a lot of elements interacting? The compositional balance is another criteria. How does it feel? Do the items work together? Like in this case, the bee shot, there's a lot of elements, makes it complex, but doesn't necessarily compositionally excellent. The next criteria I used was the photography and lighting ability of the photographer for the jewelry. Now, was it well lit? Does the jewelry feel nice? Do the accessories feel nice? Next was retouching quality. You know, as we all know in jewelry, we're not hiding. I'm not going to hide that fact. Everything needs retouching in jewelry. I'm sorry. That's how life works in the commercial field, I find, at least in jewelry in my world. So the retouching quality. And the last but not least category that I basically trounced it on was I call the final sell, or how close to publishing is this image in my eye. So they need a lot of work, a little bit of work, and anyways, on a scale of 1 to 5 of how to judge it. So that's it. So I tallied everybody, and oddly enough, I had a tie at 2 occasions, so I had to try to go back to it and figure it out.
Do you have numbers for this image?
For this image, I actually had it as my. Well, do you want to tell? Do you want to? Because otherwise, you're going to know my numbers by the time I go through them. So, but.
Well, I think I don't know how to handle it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. If you want to say. Well, but at least give us.
Going on. Well, look. I mean, my tally. Anybody quick in math can figure. Well, you don't know what the numbers are. I gave it a 18 out of 1, 2. Out of 25.
25. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 5 times 5. If I have 5 criteria, my math is okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, so, holy crap! I just look at them and say, I like this one. I like that one. Third, I'm gonna have to start working on this more. Holy crap!
Yeah, I basically had the same system, but I exclude all of the background information, like shot setup and stuff like that. Because if I were to see it in a magazine, I wouldn't have any of that information to judge anyway. So,
well,
actually, I didn't even look at. I think I did a quick look at how many submissions came in on the PhotoG forums, but looking at the diagrams, for me, I guess in my point of view, I don't really care to look at the diagrams. For me, I want the final image. It's for other people, if they're curious to see how the reverse engineered a shot, great, it's good for that. For me, what is your final, like, show me your steak and potatoes. What is the shot? Is it the money shot? That's all I care. As a client, I guess, would look at it.
Well, you know, I guess
you see the difference. Difference in judging from photographer who's doing this, like every day, jewelry photography, right? And for us, who just, like...
yeah, or those of us who aspire to become a judge on a reel, I'm screwed now. Vadim, you're in. It ain't gonna work. They don't want to hear my I just go by feeling crap. So.
Well, that's important too, Dave.
Well, it's all I shoot. It really is. You guys are just light years ahead of me when it comes to the technical aspect of this stuff. You really are. I've always just gone by feel.
In the end, it's the feeling that's most important, really, anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going to grab your attention, and then you can analyze all the details and stuff like that. But if there's no immediate grab, it didn't exist to begin with.
I put a post up on Photog a little bit earlier. Alex and I were talking, and you guys know me, Vadim. We really don't know each other, but I'm glad to meet you, by the way. For me, it's always about feel. And whenever, even in advertising, I put up that shot of that Maxell tape ad from the 80s or even late 70s of the guy sitting in the chair with his hair being blown back and the drink falling off of the table. It's not a great shot. You know, the blacks are muddy as all crap. The whites are gray and blown out in some areas. But it's the feeling you got from looking at it. It sold that picture. Yeah, technicality in images has to be there now. Don't get me wrong. But there has to be that emotion that will tie people into it to sell a product. That's really all there is.
Yep. 100% agreed. You know, the thing is today with, I guess since we're here in a way as judges, you know, you kind of have to start becoming critical because we got a lot of, you know, let's face it, a lot of closet judges or basement judges and, you know, people that claim to be better than that from the basement of their parents. And they're like, saying, oh my God, that sucks. I can do better. I mean, I'm trying to judge it as, you know, look, it still should be technically perfect. I got a slice. I guess I am a very technical guy. I was a computer science guy, kind of like Alex here right before our photography lives took on a whole new world. But, you know, it's, I agree with you though, Dave. You really have to have that artistic feel still, or that mood. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the perfect shot. You can just get that mood and just like, whoa. I just did, just on a side note, I did a little shoot for a Chanel perfume about a month ago, and the mood, we just were playing with lighting. We ended up with a mood that was completely non-Chanel perfume mood. It was completely wrong, but you'll see it in a little while. I'll be seeing on my portfolio shortly, but it was just too awesome to show it. It's completely wrong, but I loved it. The mood was there. We changed the label on the brand just to emphasize the thing. You'll see in a couple of weeks there when it's going to go live, but that's the thing. The mood is probably the primary thing that you want to connect to. And it just,
how much when you shoot for client, is it really possible to, let's say, if they want just technically perfect, boring image, is it possible to convince them that, you know, there is some emotion can be going on? I know you shoot a lot for jewelry clients. What do they want? What kind of shots they're looking for? Just technically perfect piece of dream?
Unfortunately, what they want is what their competitor has. That's what I'm often in the jewelry world. It depends. The higher up scale you go, a bit the less you see of that. But a lot of the mom and pop jewelers, they show me a photo. I want this. This is what my competitor has. I want the same. So there's nothing you can do. They want that. Hey,
so somebody sets a trend, right? And I guess you can set a trend so people will be saying, I need like this to photographers.
Look, Tiffany's, for example, is probably the #1 thing I'm requested the most. It's like, oh, can you give me a Tiffany's image? Can you give me a Tiffany's image? It's like from around the world I get emails requesting, can you give me a Tiffany's style photo? Well, yes, I can if you want. But why don't you want to be something else than Tiffany's? That's the problem. But oftentimes, when I work with jewelers, especially when I have, like, say, the art director, the owner on site, sadly, a lot of times, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and I think that's one of the problems where you get some nice raw idea with say, the jewelry designer. It's a beautiful artistic idea that has emotion, but by the end of the day, you have no more emotion because you're just being every idea has been cut and diluted and sieved and diluted and diluted that you sometimes lack that emotion in the end. That's why it depends on the client. I found some clients are really, they have it, and some just, I guess, don't want to have it, and that's the problem I face. in my day-to-day.
That image you shot the other day, how great did you feel about it as compared to some of the other images that you've shot?
I can't. Well, it was in the jewelry, so already there I felt. I mean, since it's been, like I said, about 10 years I've been doing jewelry now.
Right.
It's nice to shoot non-jewelry stuff. It's a different media. It's a different everything, you know. So for me, I felt a little high. I felt a little good there.
Right.
There's no smoking or anything, but it was a very nice feeling. I mean, when you hit that shot, I think all of you know when you hit that magical moment and you're like, oh, that is the thing you. I mean, yeah. I mean, like some portfolio items when you shoot, and there's some shoots where you just, you know, you give it to the client. Okay, I'll give you your image, and you don't reach that magical, euphoric moment with the client where everyone's going, wow, that's it, guys. You get it sometimes. For me, I don't know about some of you guys how it goes on your shoots, but you know, I'll be honest, I don't hit that high all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great insight.
Well, guys,
let's move forward. Yes,
yeah, unfortunately, I have to get going now, but I feel bad because this is awesome. This is great, great discussion, and Vadim, talking with you has been great. I mean, this few minutes that I've had, but maybe we can get together again sometime and talk.
Yeah,
more
would be
about
great.
this.
I haven't even gotten to the point yet of telling everybody how great you are. What the hell are you?
And Dave, you need to introduce yourself. You joined, and it was.
Oh yeah, I'm Dave Nitsche. I'm a conceptual photographer from Illinois. Blah blah blah. These guys are all better than me. I shoot a bunch of stuff. But Tim, Tim's great. Everybody, go and look at his stuff. He rocks my world.
Dave, I think the biggest difference between you as a photographer and most of us, I just thinking maybe I'm wrong, but you should you come to this idea yourself, right? You can implement it, and then only you sell in the image, right?
Yeah,
opposite.
I don't know
how it goes.
Yeah, I don't have anybody telling me what to do.
Right. So you don't have a client who will come to you and say, I want like this. No, you shoot it, then you sell it. For most commercial photographers, it's opposite, right?
Well, I don't know, man. You know, when you're thinking about photography sales, I have a client also, and my client is sort of more broad-reaching. It's not I want a really good picture of a ring. It's I want something that makes me feel. Now, for me, I don't know. It might sound big-headed, but it's sort of come easy to me. I don't know if I could do what you guys do. I don't have the software technicality to make it all happen. I don't follow trends in photography whatsoever. So I can just do what I do. Now, the only bad part about what I do is sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What I feel or what I'm seeing doesn't connect sometimes with the people out there. But when it does, it's great. When it doesn't, well, guess what? That was 3 weeks down the drain for no reason. But in the end, I like everything I shoot. That's really my joy in this whole thing, that when I'm done, it's what I wanted to shoot, not what somebody else wanted me to shoot. So that's pretty much my bag.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, I feel it. I know. Actually, I kind of did the same year ago. I switched more from commercial assignments to educational stuff when I shoot for tutorials, when I help other photographers, and I select subjects my own. We know what we're going to shoot, but selection is on my own. So I really enjoy it. But yeah, it's different. Okay, so let's move forward. Tim,
I've got to go, so unfortunately.
What are you doing next, though?
Chris has my selections. Unfortunately, I won't get to tell you guys why I picked those ones, but maybe I can send you guys something.
Yeah, you can send little email to me or to Chris saying why, and we add it to final post on 40G when it
sure, that would be great.
Selection, and you just couple sentences for each image.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
Sure.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tim, for joining us.
Thanks, so cool you were there.
Later, Tim.
We'll see ya.
I'll embarrass you more next week or next month.
All right. Sounds good, Dave.
See you, Tim.
Bye-bye.
See you, Tim.
Bye. Okay, so let's continue from you, Vadim.
Okay.
And we already discussed one of the images, right?
Yeah.
So
Kinda discussed it. So now it's one of my choices. Now the public doesn't know what is my choice. Sorry, before my mic sounds better now. I'm guessing from before.
Yep.
Okay, because my mic was I took it away and I forgot to bring it back. Now it's under my mouth. So okay, so I'll start with my fifth place position. Fifth, actually, yeah, or closer to that. So okay, so my fifth position winner. With a total of 13 out of 25 points was Tsopa Sergei's necklace Fibonacci. I think it might be a controversial shot for a few people out there because it's technically not very perfect in the sense of photography and lighting, and retouching wise, I think all that could have been improved. Now, if I start from my criteria, which is the complexity of the image, I gave it a 5 on complexity, where honestly, this one I looked at how he did it because I found it was really interesting. It's not typical that we see a plane of glass, the jewelry is laid on top, and a nice little background is added underneath. It made a very interesting feel, like very light. It reminded me a lot of, I don't know if some of you have seen Tiffany's latest ads. They're a bit more moody. They're not all in white. They were on that Great Gatsby series where they're a bit on a darker charcoal background. They're very moody, there's shadows. I like that about the necklace Fibonacci shot. Now, unfortunately, with that shot, it's the lighting where I go, oh my gosh, you spent so much time, Sergei, putting that nice serpentine type of positioning. So your styling points, A1. Unfortunately, for the graphic execution, you have diamonds, or I don't know what they are, cubic zirconias. They're just like black rocks in there. I don't know what that is, but if you're selling my product, I can't have that happen. I want to show people where you're spending the money. Is it on the black stones? I don't think so. So if you would have put a light maybe towards the top, or at least a reflector, just to brighten up or putting something back into those stones, it would have been good. The overall shot itself was a bit on the dark side, especially towards the bottom where all the like pearls or whatever the term, recall what it was. I think it was pearls at the bottom, or stones. That aspect was kind of the thing that I found a bit sad, since I love the feel, I love the positioning, and I know positioning that type of stuff is a pain in the arse, big time. That's why I often have my assistant end up doing it for me, since sometimes I'm like, okay, you have more patience sometimes. That's why it's nice having a team of people here. So, so that's it. So that was my fifth position. So what do you guys have to say about that image?
Let me add, you said really well about putting a little bit more light on those gemstones, whatever is that, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the solution? Putting the large diffuser somewhere on top of the camera, or maybe around the camera using something like this. Let me show you. Like this, right, with the lens from it and highlighting it from, but it will kill shadow, right? Maybe too short.
This is where, in jewelry photography, watch photography, I strongly believe, or even bottle photography, anything like that, compositing shots together, I don't have anything wrong with it. You can take the first shot where you have the nice shadows, but the diamonds look like crap. Well, just put a softbox. For me, I find gradient lighting on, for example, on diamonds, I don't like the effect it gives. Personally, that's not my style. I find it gives the table reflects. It doesn't give a nice feeling. You don't get the faceting very well. That's why I enjoy putting maybe a softbox on top, and there you can see the individual the facets a lot better. So then you take that shot, then you composite it together since you have the exact same shot. Since I'm guessing it's not even stacked focus because it seems to be in the same focus plane. So easy stacking job, or like easy compositing job. I think that's what I would have done. And maybe don't exaggerate. Don't make it too white because then it would look fake. Go somewhere in between. Try to make it feel real. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, composite. Thank you.
That would also solve a little bit of an issue, putting some highlight on that clasp and brightening it up too.
That's true. I forgot to mention. That's a good point. Good point.
This was on my list as well.
Yeah, I don't have this one in my list only because I just find that the necklace gets lost in the background. Now, once again, I'm not. This is way out of my genre. But when I looked at this, my eye just sort of keeps going to the background. It doesn't really go to the product itself.
You're following that spiral down into the background.
Yeah, that's really all I'm seeing. I didn't even notice the black stones, which I should have, or the black clasp, which should have been noticed also. I actually thought they might have been black pearls, to be honest with you. But yeah, the background just sort of, the gradient in the background just sort of, you know, when you go from dark at the bottom to light at the top,
it's too strong. It's too dark. It's too strong of a gradient. A lighter gradient, I think, would have done a lot more justice to the piece.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. It would have made the necklace pop a little bit more, and it's just not popping here. I mean, it's a great image, and to be honest with you guys, I don't think I could shoot it. But it just wasn't my thing.
Cool,
yeah.
Flo, do you have anything?
Yeah, what sold this image to me, I agree to everything that was said. It's looking way underexposed, and technically it could be made a lot better. But what sold it to me was that the main part of the necklace, that would be the pearls for me. They are creating such an immense contrast to the dark background, even though the background is so prominent, and that's what made the image for me. So I placed it somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. So, Vadim, what is your? That was fourth place, right?
That was my honorable mention, 5th place.
Okay.
So next for my, I guess number 4, or 4th place, so honorable mention, would be the Ozan necklace. So Ozan's necklace there. So let's pull up that image. Let Chris pull it up. And
I'm digging the whole Spanish moss thing we got going on in the background right now.
So yeah, so on this one here, what I liked when I saw like a thumbnail view of it, I found, wow, it's fun. You jump right at it. You're like, whoa, that's cool. I found it was interesting. It had more mood. It was maybe, again, the vignetting around it I found was just a little bit too obviously done. It was just like, look at my heart. Lighting that up a bit more. If I go through my points, like paints 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 like
What is that?
Okay, we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that was cool. Google.
You had a whole beatbox thing going on there. It was awesome.
Yeah, awesome. And we've done it on video, and that's the most awesome thing of it all.
Vadim, are you still with us?
Vadim. First, we don't hear you.
Yeah, I think your picture's there. Your voice is gone.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Mike. Looks like you lost the mic to me. I mean the connection or whatever. It's not working.
Wow, he's got one of those professional mic things too.
Yeah, that's why it's not working, I guess.
It's like me using my Pentax. 40 megs of
Yeah, Vadim, just rejoin if you need. It's okay. You can go back and forth.
Well, why don't we talk about this until he comes back?
Right, so this shot, right? Let me switch it again. Yeah, it's in our list. Let me check if it's really in our list. Dave, if you have anything to say. This was on my list. I forget exactly where I put it, but I liked it. One thing I've learned from listening to all of you, and believe me, I do learn, guys. It's not like I'm just myopic and stick within my own frame. There's a place for text to go on this if this were an ad. The vignette sort of works. I like the colors in it. I think the diamonds could have used just a little bit more detail. Right, and I hate to be this picky about something, but on the bracelet part of it to the left,
There are a couple red dots sticking out that just piss me off. I just want them out of there. I want them gone. But I think this would sort of work in an ad. The red in the background still might be a little bit too fiery, but I find my eye going right to the pendant all the time. And I think that's sort of important.
Yeah, this was on my list. And I like the gradients on the gold, especially the little circular embossed or whatever dots around the stones.
Yeah, really nice.
I'm not a fan of the pink. I think somebody else in the forum, maybe, was that you, Flo, that desaturated the background?
I don't do anything on contest entries.
Okay.
So I guess it was me.
Yeah, somebody did, and it looked good.
Yeah.
But like you had the problem, Dave, with the one side of the bracelet with the pink showing through. I got a problem with the twisting of the bracelet on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Totally weird,
Falling down, the middle one tucks behind the back one as it lays across the thing, and that kind of irritates me.
Yeah,
But I think this was on my list, and it's a good one, I think.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
We're back.
Oh, excellent. I'm back with new batteries. All right.
I see.
That was embarrassing. Okay, anyway.
Did you hear the beat which it played for us just before it died? Oh. Well, wait a minute. It was a mic or it was Vadim who's... I
think what probably happened was the mic cut out and it just got caught in a loop.
It could be that.
Could be because, well, okay. Now.
That was awesome. That'll go into the bloopers reel for sure. That was
So you heard it. Okay, I see.
So, I'll just quickly say, like, I like how it drawed me into the heart. Unfortunately, on the retouching side of things, I didn't like the diamonds, as Dave just mentioned. I found you could have copy-pasted some diamonds. Perhaps that's something that's regularly done. Just some dark areas in the diamonds that just didn't look good. Look like almost holes or bad inclusions. If you look at the rim of the heart where the diamonds are, it's not even. It's badly. It's as though it should have been redrawn or rebuilt because it looks like it's cut. I don't know what happened to that piece of jewelry right on the rim there. Yeah. It was odd. And last but not least, the gradient lighting, it could have been a nicer gradient, I think, overall. It's a bit flat. If it was just more, it could have been a nicer just sweep of light on the top. And my last comment, I'm not a big fan of little added sparkles too much to jewelry. I just find it cheesy, and if they're not real, don't add them. It's just, there's 3 types of sparkles here. On each, there's 2 diamonds who have different sparkles, and then the sparkle there. For me, it's like, why? It doesn't add it. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everything said I cannot add. I have it on my list, but you guys covered everything, yeah. I don't know, Flo, you have any?
I placed it exactly as what Vadim did. For me, deal breakers are the gemstones as well, and most of it all, the rim that's not been retouched well, or not retouched at all, I don't know. It just looks distorted. And I also think it's looking too flat on the left side of the heart. We don't know if it's matte or if it's glossy. We don't know anything. But overall, it's just a great image in the end. I like it, so it placed as a honorable mention for me as well.
I just think it's cool how your eye goes right to it. You know, and that's what I always look for in stuff like this. I couldn't get my eye off that pendant if my life depended on it. So there you go.
Awesome, thank you. Let's jump to the next one, Vadim.
Okay, so now drum roll.
Get your mic working.
Is it working? All right, my next one is number 3, which is the one from Brian Buckner, Home from the Opera. So, yeah, this image here, I found it was quite technically pretty darn nice from, again, my nice judging criterias. The complexity of the image, I find it was nice that he tried adding different elements from an evening out, like to the opera. It was a nice try, not just plain jewelry slapped on white or on a different. It was a nice try. The problem here, compositionally speaking, I just find there's too much going on. Like, the two cufflinks, cool. The little button that matches those cufflinks, just a tad too much going on with the bow tie. It's just, the feel is, we got the feel. Don't need too much. It's a bit too much. From the photography point of view, I find it's really nice. It's very simple. It's very monochromatic. And from the retouching point of view, it's monochromatic. But why is there this ugly yellow cast on the silver or the white gold?
Exactly.
Why is that there? You had almost a perfect image. That's the thing that yells at me like, I'm not fully finished. Don't post me yet. And the last thing is on the rim of the watch where the little dial is, that spot there could need some work. It just, something is odd over there for me. That was really it. I mean, I found it was pretty close to being close to perfect for me. Again, a little bit too heavy.
Cool, thanks. It didn't make to my list though. I don't know. I agree with what you said. Pretty nice, but I don't know. Maybe I really not treat it as jewelry. I don't know.
That was, I think I spoke to you, Alex, before. That was my only thing with this picture. To me, this is not jewelry. This is a timepiece. Jewelry's got to have like bling. This is a Seiko watch, and it's not blingy to me. You know, cufflinks maybe, but it's, you know, some diamonds, gemstones.
That's one of the points. Yeah.
The couple points I had with this thing was that tie is just a big black blob right in the middle of it. There isn't any real detail. And people, please, if you're shooting chrome, do not let it go green. Do not let it go yellow. Let it go chrome. The clasp down at the bottom left, and believe me, I'm saying this because I've beat myself over it, you know, with my own images in the past, that I'll go back 5 years later and go, why is that green? That's why I've just been informed that didn't make my list either. And sorry for my haphazard commenting tonight. I just got back from business. I just ran down here and jumped on my computer. I don't have my list in front of me. I don't have any of my notes in front of me. So all I know is that Josh is playing a guitar right now, and I'm really pissed that I don't have one in my hands.
Well, Dave, we have you. That's great. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, about this chrome and silver being yellow, I think if we turn this image we can turn it monochrome and then maybe a little bit, I don't know, Vadim, what about adding a little bit of somewhere bluishness? Just
I mean,
tiny piece. Silver is a little bit kind of bluish, right? If you look at very low.
I mean, technically, some people will say silver is a bit yellow, but yellow is the last thing you want in jewelry. It's white stuff never goes, like Dave said, you don't go to there's the color cast. I personally either go black and white, fully desaturated, or I will desaturate the jewelry and then add a light tint of cyan, a bit of blue. If you're Tiffany's, you go way cyan and a bit of blue. If you're Burke's, you go a heck of a lot of blue. It depends on the jeweler. So, but yeah, blue usually makes it nice and cool and makes it metallic.
Yeah, well, I sort of see that blue hue in the face of the watch. And I got to agree with you and sort of your opinion that you know, the chrome's going a little bit blue. Okay, that's adding a coolness to a very cool object. But yeah, going to that yellow green side of the cast just does not work.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next.
I also think. I wasn't sure at all of if this was what the subject was. This was a topic in the forum as well. They didn't know if the tie was the subject, or if the cuffs were the subject, or if the watch is the subject. And I feel like the watch is the subject, but you don't know. That's the point. There's everything that's in focus, and we don't have any hint except the logos. And a watch, for me personally, also isn't jewelry, so I sorted it out. But I really like it, the image overall. It's a great image. I love it. I also would have gone for grayscale on this one, but I still love it.
Cool, thanks. Anyone want to add anything about this image?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. So, Vadim, what is your next?
Well, my next was the buzzing bee shot. Was my number 2, but we spoke about it at the beginning. So, yes.
Can you break down this 18 or how much you have?
Yeah, sure. I gave it an 18. Yeah. So on the complexity of the image on a scale of 1 to 5, I gave it a 4. It was complex, but as we said, perhaps too complex and too ambitious of an image for France to what she did there. The compositional balance and feel, I gave it a 3. It's unbalanced because your eye doesn't know where to look. I like that, like I said, that big fat ring. The citrine ring is gorgeous, but after that, my eye is going like, where am I going? The fat, syrupy stuff or the flower? I feel like a bumblebee going around just buzzing. So that's it. The photography and lighting, I gave it a 5. I still found for me, it's that citrine ring. I loved it. It was just so well lit. There's a nice gradient on the right-hand side with a little bit of black cutting it out. The citrine looks awesome. On the retouching side, I found the ring on the bottom it looked flat. That was the one thing I don't like that bottom ring. It's what really brought it down for me, this shot. And on the final cell, how close to publish, I gave it a 3 on 5 because it needs still a lot of work before it would hit a magazine in my book.
Cool. In my list, it's number 1. Anyway, we already discussed it, but I really like, and most of I like of it is creativity. You know, friends put a lot of making, which how you call it. You can discuss it. You may not agree, but it's probably one of the most creative, I would say, image in terms of lots of elements and lots of ideas. Awesome.
What I like about this image is that it's just so moody. It's white, so I personally don't expect white image to be moody, and so this caught me on surprise, and quite in contrast to what Vadim said about the white flower. I think it's a nice entry point. It's white. It's by being white, it's kind of in the back. I also would have preferred it to be blurred a bit, but I get a kind of feeling that you're entering the image via the flower, following the honey, and you're ending up right on the rings. But what breaks this image to me to be a winner is the bee, which is just too detailed. It's even more detailed than the rings, which should be the winners in this image. But the bee is too distracting for me. So it's place 2, I think, for me.
Okay. Well, we have 30 minutes left. We need to make a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So my next point. All right, so moving on. My number 1, drum roll. Can we have one, Chris? Brrr. All right. Okay, there we go.
Nope.
I gave the first place to Chim Kudo's Couple of Rings. So if bring it up, here it comes. So here we go. This for me, it's a pretty picture. It's clean. The lighting's nice. The retouching's almost perfect. There's a couple of little nitty-gritty things I would be pissed off about, but not even. As a client, I'd say, geez, I've seen this in magazines already of sort of similar images. So for me, I like it. I mean, on the complexity of the image, that's where I didn't want to give it too much because I just found it was too easy of an image. It was so less is more, but it worked. It's simple. It's just a tucked fabric into rings. Compositional balance and feel, I found it was nice. It was nice contrast. It was mood. The rings, the rose gold with the black, I don't know what that is. Could be cobalt, God knows. It was nice. The red balanced out with the red tones of the rose gold. What I find a little bit sad, though, is I notice on the rose gold ring, there's writing on the side of the ring, and I find that would be so cool to see. What is that writing? It's just I'm curious to see what that is, and if the ring could have been placed differently to showcase it.
Within your industry, since that's what you mostly do, like, would your client accept not being able to see that text on the side of the ring?
It depends on the client again. So if it's a mood shot, it's fine. But a lot of my clients, unfortunately, they look. The smaller client, the more technically oriented they get. The mom and pop jeweler like to showcase all the little features of their creation. So if there's a little engraving on the side, showcase that engraving. That's what they want. While, say, a bigger jeweler, they want the feel. They want more the mood to sell the image than let's look how we set the stone into the prongs. So I'd say most of my clients would like to see a little bit more of the side if it's not their usual shtick to do that on their jewelry. If it's the brand that always has something on the side, then yes, you have to maybe show it. But if it's, not important, I guess it depends. But, yeah, I think that's it. And how close to publish? I rated this as pretty much ready to go. The only critique on retouching I had, there was a little piece of lint on the fabric, which is very minor in the dark spot. I don't know if... anyways, I think, yeah, a little bit more... Right. Oh, the mouse. Right there. Exactly. Right there. There's a little fluff there. And on the diamonds themselves, I would have, maybe on the one on the black ring, I would have removed some of the black a little bit. It looks like a little hole again. I'm not a big fan of too much black in my diamonds. That's just me. Some clients do like having a lot of contrast. I find there's too much in that ring. And that's generally it. So that's my winner.
Yeah, that was mine too, actually. By the way, it says Photogy Rocks on the side of the ring, and but the only thing that really bothered me a little bit about that was the harsh red reflection in the rings themselves. I would have liked that smoothed out a little bit. It's just too strong a line for me. You're sort of there to show off the ring, so as much of the ring as you can show. But, I got the feeling of, sort of a finger with the rings on them, that kind of thing. It's framed really nicely. Your eye goes right to the ring. Like Vadim, I would just try to take some of the black out of the stones, get some more detail into them, and get some blue inclusions in there, just to give you that real feel of a diamond going on. I love that subtle, in the rose gold ring, I love that subtle centerpiece that has that little bluish hue to it. I think that's really neat, and the gradient in it is really cool. But I like this image. I think this was #1 for me, actually.
Somebody in the forum did some nice post-production work, getting rid of that harsh line into the reflection of the red fabric. And once that was done, it looked really nice. They did a little other work, too. They continued on the little thumb of fabric that the rings are on and brought them into like another situation that they're coming out of, so it kind of tied everything together.
Yeah, I don't look at the forum because I'm a real visual kind of guy. So if I see what an image could be, it will definitely color my opinion of it. I wish I could say it wouldn't, but it will. So I sort of stay out of them. But yeah, creating more of a vignetted line there would definitely work for me. Absolutely. But really, when you get down to it, this is a great image. I really like it. It struck me the second I saw it.
Yeah, for me it's second. I don't know, what about that piece of fabric being bent this way? Like it's, I don't know, something is like, why, just kind of fantasy in here. What about if it will be whole roll of that fabric and rings or somewhere on the middle and then placed on the same fabric all around? Not sure. It kind of looks a little bit strange, like...
the shot feels a little bit too contrived. It feels it's fully set up. It's very contrived. That's props. That's probably something also that you can say can bother some people. But I don't know. To me, it just showcases the jewelry pretty nice. Like, for example, this type of setup, I'll have some clients who will like when the rings are set up on the live object, shot as is, and some will ask me to take it and Photoshop it on, so I have to shoot them at the same angle, then composite them together. But to me, that looks utterly fake. So for me to see these little blue gradients, I find it's fun because it's really shot like that.
Yeah, really cool shot. I really like it. Awesome. So it was first. Oh, you. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
I'm kind of make sure that
but he's trying to push us along, ladies and gentlemen, and it ain't going to work tonight. So sit back and just get ready for the show because this one's going to be a while.
This one scored first for me as well. I think it's close to being perfect. You've got very nice gradients all over the place, and in contrary to what's been said, I really like the harsh red reflection because this is where it tells you that the rings are highly glossy. And the only thing that I would like to see enhanced would be on the rose gold ring, the gem. That's a bit soft for me. I'd like to see it sharper, but that's already it from my side. So I love it.
Yeah, great image. Okay, so it was number 1 from Vadim, right?
Yeah.
Now, we discussed a lot, but I'm sure that there are selections from you guys which we didn't select, right? We have 30 minutes, actually 27 minutes to finish it, and we should be okay doing this. So let's do this. Let's starting from Dave. No, Dave is running. No, Dave is here. Starting from Dave. Dave, if we didn't discuss some of your selections, can you name it? Chris will show it, and you'll just add your comments why you selected this image, which you didn't select, or whatever, which we discussed. So,
actually,
do you remember what?
No, not at all. Like I said, I just got back from business. All my emails are like tucked away somewhere. So, Chris, just put up what I got, and if we need to blow by it, we just blow by it. That's all.
Okay, yeah, Chris, if you have Dave's selection, let's bring it.
And by the way, Chris, you rock.
Chris, yes, Chris, silent driver helper here. Chris, okay, we'll ask him to show up. And because I feel strange that.
Josh, by the way, thank you for turning the color on, man. That whole black and white thing was way too Hitchcock for me.
Sorry, man. This room I sit in is painted a messed up color, so everything has like this crazy pink hue to it, and I'm like,
you're pretty in pink.
Look at
Yeah,
me.
you are. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely pink. I mean,
yeah, black and white was better, man.
Okay, this just what's the place for this?
I don't know. Chris, do me a favor. Give me a note. Second. Thank you. Just sort of liked it. I think the only thing that really bothered me about this, it looks computer generated more than photograph. There's this rendering side to me. My goal through my whole photographic career, I've got a friend who's like the rendering guru of the world. His name's Mike Malloy. He was rendering stuff in full 3D when people were still trying to make cubes. And I always wanted my images to look 3D. And I know this one does. This one looks like it could have been just generated. But I liked it. I liked the gold tones in it. I thought it was a good representation. At the bottom of it, I might have cut that shadow in half just to put more of the focus on the ring as opposed to the reflection of the ring. And I know the real, jewelry photographers out there probably don't see this as a valid option because it's split right in half. It breaks every rule that you can probably break. There's nowhere to put text within this whatsoever. But I liked it, and I'll shut up now.
No, really cool image, and I was actually like you said, it were a little bit too much computer generated to me. I don't know, it's strange. What do you think? You probably it catched your attention, I'm sure.
It really caught my attention. Exactly how you guys mentioned it, pretty much. Computer generated it feels like it was just overly done in everything. It was like redrawn or painstakingly redrawn. Everything was. I like to see the before shot of this because the sapphire in the middle, it almost looks like it's been colorized. It doesn't feel like a natural sapphire. The diamonds have the weirdest faceting. It was the inside of the ring is completely redone, and the reflection, it should have had a gradient mask done on it to hide some of it. It feels like a flying saucer or a flying spaceship, but to land on Prometheus or something.
Yeah, here's how it was done, but we don't see before the post-production image.
Okay.
So it's pretty sophisticated lighting setup, as I see.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see that. I thought that was all post, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah, that's actually quite crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Holy crap! I picked good.
Little plamp right there, holding it there.
Look at all that stuff. Holy crap! I don't have any of that. But that's it.
It was too much. I mean, for me, I saw it. It stopped me because it was high contrast, but that was it for me. It doesn't look like a piece of jewelry. It's like I think I've posted earlier on Facebook several months ago, or I don't remember where, on the talking about, I think on one of the PhotoG blog articles in the past about CGI, where it's going. I mean, some CGI today is getting to be really spectacular, but unfortunately stones look like crap in most of them, especially the diamonds. But this one is just, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. It looks like something from I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, just a little bit, too much post-production.
Next. Anybody else? Flo?
I chose this as a follow-up as well. Follow-up number 2 to be exact. It just stopped me as well. I love the high contrast. It's looking great for me, but it's not looking like a jewelry photo. And what's breaking the deal totally for me is the totally weird reflection of it. So.
And it's fine.
But it appears to be the reflection in the back of the ring there, or you mean the reflection in the Black Sea?
The reflection on the bottom, that's just, pardon me, the photo of the ring itself, but flipped, so it's no real reflection.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Yeah, and it's not touching, it's flying on top of the surface, but which actually was true because we've seen how it was photographed, right? It was flying.
Yeah.
But the final shot looks strange. Cool. Anyone pick up this image? Anyone else? No? Okay. So it was second place for Dave. Chris, what else Dave selected? This one. What it was?
I picked this one, and I'm sure nobody else did. I don't know. I just loved the controlling the pearls. Yeah, there are some highlights in there that are maybe a little bit blown out. But I really loved the neutral tones that are in them. And I don't know, once again, I just look at images and say, wow, I really like that. I hate to be as simple as that is. But I like the warm colors in the clamshell. I think that's really neat, and I think it goes really well with the pearl. As my advertising friends have taught me, there really isn't any room for type in here, but I sort of negated that with the fact that I just like the image. That's all there was to it.
Cool. Yeah.
And now all of you go ahead and tell me why I'm wrong. Go ahead. Oh, fine, I'm waiting for it.
For me, Dave, I see that you kind of when you look at the image, looks like it's how it is. You feel, you look for your emotional response inside you, right? And when you get it, you're like, okay, here is something I can kind of continue looking at it, and so you get an emotional response from it, right? Actually, it's moody image. It's interesting. It's very simple, like you said, but it has something which reminds maybe some ocean, some old or whatever, some old love. I was trying to say something, but first love, not old love. First love.
Well, with kind of stuff. With me, it's just what I think when I feel it, or when I see it. I don't get that deep into images. You guys have sort of taught me to delve deeper And maybe I do, and I just don't realize it. But there are some times when I just see an image and say, I like this. It's great. I'd buy those pearls if I saw an ad like this. And that's just it for me. It doesn't go into... I don't know how to explain it. With an image that just grabs me, I don't look at technical crap. Yeah. With an image that I'm sort of on the fence with, I will rip it apart technically. So if somebody puts up something that just grabs me, I'm in it all the way. Because some of my favorite photographers are not perfect. I've never really studied commercial photography that much. It's even though people would argue that I shoot it, because I'm in a studio all the time. My favorite photographers are Brandenburg and Mengelson and Man Ray, and my favorite artist is Dali. So it's more of a gut feeling thing for me. But when I'm on the fence with an image, boy, that's when the technicality has to be in there. It really does. So tell me, guys, why didn't this rate with you guys at all?
I was actually the exact opposite. It didn't hit me at first, but it's one of those images that the more I look at it, the more comfortable I become with it, and the more it sits, resonates well with me, Yeah, I guess I didn't have an immediate, as large of an appreciation for it immediately as I do now. So it's interesting how things can kind of grow on you.
And that's what's really cool, though. In the internet world these days, they say you got 1.5 seconds to grab somebody. Well, it's nice to see that you can still look at stuff, and your opinion can change, your thought process can change, because art isn't 1.5 seconds. And what we all do is art, whether it's commercial photography, product photography, whatever you do, it just boils down to art. And art sometimes needs time. I hated Van Gogh when I was a kid, really didn't like him when I was a teenager, and now I can moderately tolerate him.
What's wrong with you?
I'm telling you, I'm one of the few guys that have never liked Van Gogh, whatever. It looks like a 4-year-old finger painting to me. But it's grown on me. I've come to appreciate it more as I've gotten older. I was a Rembrandt fan when I was a teenager. I am a Dali fan as an adult. So, things can grow.
Okay.
Well, do you want to go ahead?
Well, I don't know. We have 15 minutes left. Really.
I mean, I really want to make a comment on that things from my industry point of view. So if you can just pull it back up, Chris, the pearls. Yeah, for me, I mean, it didn't make my selection of the top 5 just because a pearl has to have some iridescence. It has to have some more highlights. It's just they're very flat-looking pearls, and I have a few pearl clients, and I would get shit on. Sorry for the language, but it's something where pearls iridescent. It's something where you have almost like that oily finish sometimes on it. Lower end pearls don't have it as much, but in this they don't even have any. They're like dead. To my eyes, they were dead. The image didn't have enough life to it. I think that's why I just quickly looked over it. I'm sorry to the person who shot this. It's just for me, from a point of view of pearls, even lighting pearls, like just quick overview. I don't think there is a right or wrong way of lighting them. There's a million ways of lighting them. Depending on the client, I change my lighting setup from gradient lighting to bounce lighting off cardboard to using some spot direct gradient light to softboxes. I mean, there's no right or wrong way, but you've got to have some black in it a little bit because that's what gives that the mass of the pearl. Here they're just white snowballs. For us, I'm in Canada, snowballs.
It's still.
Then again, there's still snow out here. But anyways, for me, they look too much like snowballs and not enough like pearls, and that's what hurt this image for me.
I see. Cool.
I also just liked it, but it wasn't hitting me at all. I don't even know if it's a necklace or if it's a bracelet.
Okay, so put in this. I mean, I feel bad for the photographer submitted. So, guys, let's move forward.
We're here to give our honest opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I like it. The other guys don't. That's the way it is. That's the way these people will grow.
Okay, what other image? Guys, I need to leave at maximum at 6 p.m. to pick
So
up.
leave. We'll keep going. We don't need you. Oh, yeah. You're right.
I need somebody to stop broadcast. That's really cool, but to save it. So let's really run, but do our best to.
Okay, another one I guess I'm totally wrong on. Yeah, this is probably a little bit more of a render than everybody wants to see. I just like the gold tones in it. I thought it worked for me. The red vignette in the background I thought worked well against the gold. It was a lot smoother on my other computer I was looking at than I'm looking at now, but that's the way I see it. Now, go ahead, rip me apart again. Go for it.
Looks like painted to me. That's what broke it for me, totally.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
Sorry.
I said it's looking totally painted when you look at it at full screen, and that's what broke it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gemstones, they look, you know, those flat facets on top doesn't look right, and it's too dark.
Yeah.
Anyway, for me it looks like, again, computer generated a little bit too much of, you know, post-production. It's not live, so I didn't pick up this too.
No.
The one thing that stood out most on this to me, not the styling, not the lighting, not any of that stuff. It's just how that curve comes to almost a point below the ring where it's sitting on it, you know, from retouching out all the tacky wax or whatever. And just having that a perfect round surface under there
Yeah, good.
alone would have helped a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I really didn't even notice that. So, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Okay.
I mean, for me, it felt like it was like somebody went to noise median and put it on like a radius of like 15 pixels or something, and everything is smudged out. The diamonds are smudged. The gold is redrawn looking. It looks like a cartoon. I did like the red. I mean, aesthetically pleasing. Like if you shake your head, yeah, the colors work. The contrast works. But like Josh just said, the curve of what it's sending on like a balloon. I mean, I don't know what that is. It looks like mush. It's not a nice perfect circle. It bothers me for that. It was too over processed, too smudged.
Okay, you know what's happening here, don't you? Everybody's going to be watching this video and just saying, ignore Dave. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about whatsoever.
Sure.
But you don't know. This is the way all of these go. I make a whole bunch of picks that nobody else picks, and we go over them. But it's fun. I have a good time doing this. You guys are great.
There's one more image, right? Left from Dave's selection. Actually, that's a really cool image. Dave, tell us about this. Really quick, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Really, for me?
Okay, 1 minute.
2 minutes to midnight, guys.
I don't know. I liked it. I like the feeling I got. You know, it's sort of like the I'm breaking up with you, fork you kind of thing. And that's the feeling I got from it. The only thing I didn't like is the yellow in the stem of it. This reminds me of a breakup image more than anything else. So, you know, it's not an advertising image, that's for sure, but I dug it. So there.
Yep, nice.
Okay.
Anyone want to add something?
I mean, I found it actually. I looked at it saying, you know what? It's original. It's different. I just found the fork was too. I don't like somebody forking me as much as this. It's a bit too much forking. It was. I mean, it was original. It was original. The letting was nice. I don't like the gold on the fork. It comes out of nowhere. It doesn't blend with something in the jewelry. The diamonds are CZs in the ring or the earring that's right there. I just found it doesn't have enough post-production. I found it was interesting nonetheless.
Good.
It was on my mentioned list. Yeah, for some of those reasons. The gold, I liked the idea of the shot. I think a different utensil selection might have been a little better. And I don't know if maybe it was just me, but looking at the image in the submission in the full resolution, it seemed like not very sharp, or I'm not looking at it in full res now, but it seemed like it was just a little off in execution as far as getting this shot goes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it was, and it may have just been post-production fault and something that was
I
done
think
there.
it is, yeah. It's just too smooth.
I mean, it was interesting. I look at it right now and I'm like saying, you know what? It probably would make my 6th spot if I had to rank it. It almost made it. It was a nice conceptual portfolio piece where a little bit more work on it and it could become a portfolio piece, not necessarily for a jewelry client, but just to show your off sides of as a photographer. Can you combine non-standard objects with it? It has a bit of potential, I find.
Cool. Agree. It was almost on my list, but like I said, 6th place to be perfect. Okay, Chris said that we have 3 more images which made into the summary list from all the judges. Let's go through them. I don't know who's pick up. We can always talk. So, Chris, can you show us other images which were not discussed? Okay, this one. This is mine. It made honorable mentions, so 5th place. Even though it's not my style, and I don't know how you guys think about jewelry or not, but I really like how metal looks here. It's not perfect, but you know, the lighting, that post-production, that little thing flying, you know, well, I like it, and it made the 5th place for me. I think it's only my choice, right, Chris? No other. It's not on others list, right? Okay.
I had a hard time sorting that out.
Yeah, if you want to add anything to this, go ahead.
Is that pewter? Does that look like pewter to anyone else or something like that?
Who?
It's not silver.
I'm not. It could look like brass or, like you said, pewter. I don't know. It's so hard to guess because of the color cast on it. It looks like pewter or brass, but
I thought it was a cool image. My problem with it was I had no idea it was a ring.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, is it the ring? I still.
Well, I'm assuming that's what it is. Just if you look kind of behind the jaw, it looks like the back.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like a ring. Yeah.
I didn't even think about the ring, but just kind of love the piece.
My problem with it was that it didn't show it was glossy at all. So
maybe
even if it wasn't, the theme was shiny jewelry, and it's not shiny.
Wait, I almost forgot about it.
I mean, I don't like I usually hate these little composites of like fire and like it's a bit too fire and brimstone. But I found it added to the mood of this little cocktail ring.
Yeah.
It was actually not bad. I mean, it's playful. I mean, I have a client. Honestly, this is kind of the branding he's looking for his new line of jewelry. He wants it to be lower end. It's affordable jewelry. It's a certain market of probably heavy metal going teenagers. And actually, I was a heavy metal teenager, and I had a ring almost like that as a kid. So for me, maybe that's my little soft spot for it. But
cool.
I love that ring as well, and the composite is awesome, but just not shiny enough.
Okay. So Chris, what next one? Thank you guys. 5 more minutes. Okay. Whose selection? It's Genia Larinova. Well, she said that it looks really real, you know, like not much post production. It's maybe like old jewelry, so she liked it. And well, no more comments. Let's run to the next one, and we need to announce our winners and say thank you to everyone. So what's the last one? Let's skip this one.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, so 2 more. Okay, so anyone want to? Is this the last one? Anyone want to add anything to this?
This one here, the one with the. Why is there a color cast?
Yeah, why is there a green cast in the background?
That's the whole thing. Why is there green on? I mean, this is like the in thing of a lot of jewelers now. These very silver bracelets and like, you know, this is David Yurman-esque, as I would call it. It's a knock on one of his pieces or vice versa. And you got to desaturate. You can't go yellow. You can go blues like we've discussed on a previous piece. But, I mean, yeah, it's just the yellow just kills me.
Yellow goes dirty, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally, it was that quite what Genia attracted. It doesn't look processed enough for me. So it's looking a bit dirty, and it's just not perfect enough for my taste.
So something is too much. This is not much.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what is that thing around that? Like the stone there looks like brown quartz to my eyes, and it has again a greenish tone. And what's that thing next to it? Like, what are those squares that look like? Are these supposed to be onyx? I don't even know what that is, and I've shot thousands of pieces of jewelry, and I don't know what that is. So there's like a weird color on it that I have no idea.
We need to ask Max. I think it's Max CV. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's another version. So
That looks a lot better.
this one?
That looks better to me. That I like that more. It's more. It works with the colors.
Back in a second.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
too tight of a composition, but it works better.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't see this image.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah. Because it was additional, right, to this.
Yeah, it wasn't the entry.
Submission. Awesome. We made it, guys. Yeah, great. Chris, let's run through the winners from 5th to 1st place. I'll be announcing you showing the images. Chris, are you ready? Do we have this? Because I have the list. So we got all that points from every judge, and we kind of put it opposite. The 1st place got like 5 points, the last place got 1 point, and we summarize everything. So we got the winners. Exactly the same procedure as last time. And Chris, when you're ready, whenever you're ready, fire the 5th image, honorable mention. And it was this shot from, where is scroll? Who this shot is?
Brian Buckner, I think.
Brian Buckner.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Chris? Is it because I see?
Yeah, it's Brian. It's Brian's shot.
I mean, Chris, are you sure it made into the winners?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. No. So I have too many lists here. Okay. So this is 5th place, right? Congrats. That's what?
Is everybody back?
Yep.
What it was, I don't know.
No, I'm sure you just hit the end session button.
That was nice. That was like, a big
And
team here.
it's not ended. It's still live. So sorry.
Okay.
Go for it.
So 5th place. Let's go to 4th place.
Congrats, Brian.
It was Brian, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Chris, show us the 4th place honorable mention. And it was
Sopa?
Sergey. Congratulations. Awesome shot.
Congrats, Sopa.
Yep. Okay. Now 3rd place. Vadim, how we do this? And this Ozan.
Ozan shot, yeah.
Awesome.
Congratulations. 3rd place. Cool.
Good stuff.
And France.
2nd place.
France is again in the top 3.
Again, really, really cool shot. We talk a lot about it, and it's great.
Yeah.
And the 1st place. From Chim Kudo.
Kudo. Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations.
1st place. Congratulations. Great job. So, awesome. Chris, you can unshare your screen. We want to see you. And we're done. Thank you, everyone who's been watching us for this hour and a half. We had hard time to fit in this time. So,
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Sweet.
Thank you guys for doing a great job. Thank you, Vadim, for joining us. Great insight. I'm talking to Vadim Chiline, photographer from Canada, jewelry photographer. And yeah, Vadim, if you enjoyed it, I have some cool ideas what we can do. You know,
I hope we can do this again. I mean, again or whatever you want. Like we spoke off air a couple of times. Let's see what we can do. I'd like to join you guys. It was a pleasure, and I hope I wasn't too technical with my my list here of my Excel spreadsheet of all my judging, my Olympic judging sheet here. So.
No, Vadim, it would be great having you back for anything we choose.
Yeah.
Your
It was great,
photographic knowledge would just be incredible for our entire audience. So just anytime you want to come back, please do.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Flo. And thank you, Chris, for being our
rock.
Rock, yeah.
Rock.
Alrighty. Thank you, everyone.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Cool you joined.
Next month.
Bye.